welcome to Fox Sports Lab AFL Round 21. Chief, as always, we've got you here and we go off the tips. I've got my clothes on, which tells you my bet last week means I'm still in front by 3. And how disappointed is the look on your face?
3 in front, and it could be a bigger number because I'm going for a few upsets, Dicko. So this will be an interesting week of games.
All right, well, let's kick it off. The Dogs and the Ds. The Dogs are on fire. Got 3 big scalps in the last 3 weeks. Carlton, Geelong and Sydney. Here's going to be another one. I know they're sitting outside the 8, but the Ds are up against it to make finals. So the Doggies, when they're on, their best footy right now in the last month is probably the form in the competition. Are you going with the Dogs?
Yeah, look, there's no doubt it's the most irrepressible form of any team at the moment, even though the Lions have won a heap in a row. It's the quality of opposition. You'd be crazy to tip against the Dogs at the moment. And the Ds, we know from 1 week to the next, they are up and down like a yo-yo. So Doggies for me.
And you're happy as a key forward looking at Jamari Ugle-Hagan his last 3 weeks. He's kicked 4-4-4. He's just playing incredible footy.
Yeah, he's up and about. If Aaron Norton never goes off, they might kick a really big score. Darcy's starting to take some good marks. There's a lot of potential there. And seriously, how long did it take him to work out that Rory Lobb was the defender?
Yeah, took way too long.
About 8 years, 10 years.
Yeah, well, you get there eventually. You just take a few different roads, but he's just... I mean, his job on camera, and I did that game, was sensational. So it looks like he's thriving on the big forwards now. So he's going to get another one this week down there as well when Maxi Gawn's resting as well. I'm going with the Dogs in this one, so that was pretty straightforward. Let's pick a curly this one. Port Adelaide and Sydney in Adelaide, Saturday night. So Port, they're the enigma. Every now and then they show up and look like a finals contender. But then the Swans. Form's everything, Chief, as you know. So their last month has been horrendous in terms of the footy they've played.
They've lost 4 of the last 5, Sydney, and Port Adelaide have had the wood on Sydney in recent times. So all signs point to Port. That's why I'm going for Sydney. I'm really using the old no reason other than they're due. I just can't imagine Sydney, the top team, all of a sudden losing 5 out of 6. But if they lose on the weekend, that's what it'll be. They've got injuries. They're missing key players. Port Adelaide, when I tip them, they go like bastards. When I tip against them, they play like a champion team. So, look, they'll probably win. But I'm going with the Swans. I've just got a feeling in the back of my mind.
Yep, I'm going with Port. And Mitch Georgiades, 3+ in his last 4 games, Adelaide Oval. So Dixon didn't play well last week, and he stood up and took the mantle there. And no Rampy, or possibly no Rampy, and Melican leans towards a big kicking forward. All right, we'll revisit that later on. There's a little tease to my big call. Collingwood and Carlton, Scotty Pendlebury, 400 games. You played 269. Did they cut you off early or could you have got there?
I had nothing left. My body was a mess. I don't know how he does it, mate, but it's a massive occasion. And isn't it brilliant that it's fallen on a night like Carlton against Collingwood? That's just ridiculous. Biggest stage, biggest occasion. Tough to pick 2 teams that are struggling. You were so bullish about the Blues early in the year, then you dropped off, and then you jump on, then you drop off. The Pies, we thought were going to get their mojo back. It's gone. But you know what? I just have a feeling that to mark the occasion, to honour Pendes in his 400th, somehow Collingwood are going to get this done. And no confidence whatsoever, Dicko, but I'm going for Collingwood in Pendes' 400th.
So you give me another nickname apart from bin chicken. You give me bus stop. So I jump off, then I jump back on, then I jump off, then jump off. The bus stop. Well, I'm back on the bus here because I'm going Carlton. I'm jumping back on the Blues wagon. And I mean, their turnover game's strong, but their clearance game's weak, and their defence right now is weak. So they're scoring or allowing too many scores at the moment. So I'm thinking they'll turn this around against Collingwood, who are struggling for form. Our Hawkers at Manuka Oval take on the Giants. Now, can you believe the run they are on? Talk about riding the lightning, enthusiasm, excitement, celebrations, everything they're bringing right now, and they're only out of the 8 on percentage. So do you think they can get it done in the capital city?
Cracking game, isn't it? And it's almost a toss of the coin, given both are in decent form. How can you win 10 out of 12 and not be in the 8, Dicko? That's frightening, isn't it? I've been riding Hawthorn, the last 5 or 6 weeks. I'm just going to stick with them. Even though I have a lot of respect for the Giants, when they play well, they're very, very difficult to beat. But Despite the fact Jesse Hogan's been kicking goals, I'm going to stick with the Hawks. I just like the way they're playing.
Yep, I'm actually going with the Hawks as well. So it's hard to tip against their form. And Jesse Hogan, you just mentioned briefly. So 4 in a row, he's kicked 4 goals. So chasing Charlie for the Coleman. And the other one's Tom Green. If the disposal market, all our punters out there, he's had 30 plus in the last 7. So if you're going to throw him in as an anchor in your multi, that might be worthwhile. Essendon Freo. We keep saying danger game for Essendon. So, you look at it and go, they're just hanging on to the 8 right now. Freo, you would think would win it. But once again, Chief, it's been one of those seasons. Where do you sit?
Well, it's not a danger game for Essendon, Diggo. The only danger is if they turn up and actually play some reasonable football. They have been putrid for a month. Just when you thought they'd turned the corner, they go, oh, no. Old Essendon is back, baby. They suck the big one. I'm telling you right now. And I'm off them. And I'm back. I've been on Freo in recent weeks. They've done nothing to sort of indicate they're going to stop, even though they're travelling. I like Freo to come over and get the job done against the hapless Essendon, but we're just playing without spirit at the moment.
All right, well, I'm going to give you a chance because I'm going to back Essendon in. So 14 of the last 16 against Fremantle, they've won. So sometimes you come up against your little bunny, and maybe this is the week. Look at you shaking your head. The bus stop. Hey, I'm back on. I was off, now I'm back on. Let's go through the other games really quickly. So Eagles and Suns. Suns could have their first win away.
Well, they had their first loss at home last week, so I'm tipping them to have their first win away this week. A big fortnight for the Suns, reversing the trend that's happened throughout the year, but no good things either, so they're going to have to play well to get it done.
Yep, I'm going the Suns too. This one, I'm not sure which way you're going. It's tougher than you think. North Melbourne and the Tigers.
Yeah, I don't like this game at all. It's got a real musky smell about it, this one. I reckon it's a real... Well, if you're really keen on something for punters, it's a good one. Otherwise, I'm concerned. I think North deserve another win, and I'm tipping North, but you just don't know with the Tigers, do you? They've still got some quality players. They're just not playing well.
Yeah, I'm going the Tigers. So we might have... you might catch me by the end of this
week.
No,
I could be 8 down again.
All right, the Cats and the Crows.
You've got to tip the Cats. But the Crows, when you least expect them, have continue to bob up with good performances. Now, they were dreadful last week. The Hawks absolutely smashed them. Who knows? Maybe they'll bounce back. But you just can't continue to see Geelong dropping games down at GMHBA, can you?
Yep, I'm going the Cats as well. This one, so the Saints and Lions, I mentioned the Doggies off the top of the form side of the competition. You can't overlook Brisbane's form right now. They are certainly coming with a wet sail and right up there in third position, looking at a double chance. Hard to beat at the Gabba. But this one's at Marvel, Saints or Lions?
Well, the Lions got great form, as you said. They're one of the form teams in the competition. Saints were great last week. Did that game. They pumped your beloved Bombers now that you're back on the bandwagon. They were actually very, very good. So I think this is a danger game for Brisbane. I'm tipping the Lions. I think there's only 2 or 3 teams you can rely on at the moment to play consistent footy. Brisbane are one of them. So I am tipping them. But if they have a slow start or they don't bring the right attitude, they'll get upset.
Yep, I'm going with the Lions as well. Now, big call, just to give you a little bit of credit. Last week, you nailed your big call, and Jesse Hogan let us down by 1 goal.
Yeah, you blew it.
I had to go back to the tape for that one on our producer. I reckon he stiffed me, but anyway. Big call this week, Chief. What are you looking?
Well, I'm going for sentiment. I'm tipping an upset with the Pies winning over Carlton, and I'm tipping Pendes to wind back the clock and have 25-plus possessions.
Oh,
a monster game from Pendes in his 400th. The boys looking for him. The emotion will be running hot. It'll be a monster.
All right, I love that one. 400, 25-plus, Collingwood to win. I'm going Mitch Georgiades. So Port and Sydney Saturday night. I mentioned before he's been on fire of late, especially at Adelaide Oval. So I'm going 4+ to add a little bit of value to the bet. So he's kicked 3 in 6 of his last 7. So form suggests that he's going to be in for a big night at Adelaide Oval.
You know how to get back on at times, don't you? You are a genuine, seriously. It's old bin chicken bus stop Dixon, isn't it?
Yep, either that or the jockey on Group 1s. I just jump on when they win Group 1s. All right, Chief. Look forward to seeing you next week. Good luck across the weekend.
Fingers crossed.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.